Alright, this is lesson 8-3, talking about nets and how we can fold them to create solids. So a net is a pattern or a two-dimensional shape that you could fold up to make a solid. So take a look at this. Not only is it a cross, but this outline is a net where I could fold the pieces of the cross together. If I fold that up, fold this one up, and then fold this last slab over top, I would create a cube. So I cut out that same shape. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fold each of these and create a cube. Now it's not a perfect cube, but it is that idea. That's what a net can do. So I can take a solid shape and unfold it or unravel it into a pattern or into 2D shapes. And that would fit onto a piece of paper. Now it is helpful to have a graph, or a graph paper, whenever you're looking at these or whenever you're using these. Now I have the other shapes again, and I want to show you some of these so that you can see their nets. Here we have a rectangular prism, right? Where I've got, these look kind of like squares, but I've got two rectangles here, and look what happens. I can unfold it, and it creates a similar idea to that cross. It has four rectangles here, and it has these two small rectangles that whenever I fold them back up together, I'm going to create my original shape or my rectangle. Alright. Let me get another shape for you. This one is our five-sided figure, so we're going to be looking at a pentagon. So you see here, we have our five-sided figure here. And notice my lateral faces are rectangles. And so on this shape, I've got pentagons, and I've got pentagon, and I've got my lateral faces. Notice that for each side of my shape, I have that same corresponding number of rectangles. Okay, so here we go. Whenever I fold this out, I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see this. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles, and I've got my two pentagons right here. Okay? So what you guys will be doing is you'll have practice problems where they either want you to create the net or they'll give you the solid and they want you to unfold it and to draw the net itself. Take a look at this one. This is a pyramid with everything ending on the vertex where these edges are meeting. Remember, where two or more edges meet, then that's a vertex. And so I've got my base shape is a pentagon, so this is a pentagonal pyramid. Notice that my lateral faces this time are triangles, right? These faces here that are not the bases. When I unfold it, I've got that many triangles, and I've got my pentagon base. So I'm going to, again, zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. It looks kind of like a bird. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles and my pentagon. And finally, this is the shape that we struggle with the most, I would say, is this is a cylinder, okay? So I got circle, circle, and then I've got my lateral face. What's going to happen is, take a look at what happens whenever I unfold it, or whenever I unravel my base. Excuse me, my lateral face. I've got my two circles, that's obvious, because we're talking with a cylinder, but look at what shape, I'm trying to zoom out, look at what shape this creates. Can you see that? That is a rectangle. So a net for a cylinder is a rectangle that is kind of put together here. So a rectangle that's folded with another circle on top. So two circles and a rectangle form a cylinder. Alright, there are lots of other nets, and I have some in my room if you guys want to take a look at them when you're working on practice problems. But other than that, you guys are good to go.